Wednesday's News and Politics Hour. We had a great show with The Taste. Rick Simone talking with folks getting ready for the holidays. It's always very lively around here when Rick is on The Taste. But always good to feature local restaurants, local products about things that can help you out at any time of year. But right now we're obviously focused on the holidays, so be sure to catch that episode if you weren't able to already. Yesterday was Giving Tuesday, but clearly organizations here in the state and around the country continue to have needs for various purposes. And I'm very excited to welcome my first guest on because their need. We featured one team that's heading down to the Nationals, but Lou Simon, the head of the Coventry Rams, I believe is around the corner. Come on in. I appreciate your coming in.
Okay, thank you for having me.
You're about to take off down to Florida.
Yes, we are. So we are taking our Pee Wee team down to Disney to play in the national championship team versus some teams from around the country. We do know our first game is Saturday at 1 o'clock versus a team from North Carolina. So we are very excited and a lot going on right now to kind of get us ready for going down there.
Get you out and on the way. And when are you leaving?
Half the team is leaving Thursday night. I'm going down Thursday night. To try and get down and do some administrative stuff so that when the rest of the team gets there Friday morning, we can get into the rooms and have all that good stuff set away so we can start focusing on football as soon as we can when we get down there.
Focusing on football. So tell us about the season. Again, we've got several teams from Rhode Island going down to nationals. Kudos to them all. But this is a big undertaking with a lot of people, even year-round. I mean, it starts in the summer with coaching and preseason, but I mean, tell us, why was this year, especially for that Pee Wee team, a success, but tell us about all the players.
Sure. Well, I'll start off with, the Coventry Rams. We've been in business and organization for over 55 years, and a lot of it comes from the kids from Coventry and the support from local businesses and the kids in town and players and coaches. We also have two cheerleading teams, because it's football and cheerleading. We had two cheerleading teams this year who were also very successful and were able to compete in the regional championships 2 weeks ago, so we're very proud of those girls as well. The football team, and I can say this, I have one son on the team, and I have three sons in total that have played through the league, and this team has been together since they were about 7 years old, 6 or 7 years old. We've got a great coaching staff, head coach Jay Pildarian. He's been the head coach of these kids since they were 6 or 7. Him and I have kind of alternated over the years.
And he's right around the corner, so I want to give him a shout out.
Hey, Jay. So the two of us have been involved with these kids since they were very little, and with the staff that we have, and they've been together. They also play baseball together. They play football together. They play basketball together. They go out and swim together. So they're a very tight group of kids who spend a lot of time together. And they're all, you get that every once in a while, that group of athletes that just have a little something special about them, and these guys definitely have those special qualities. So
does that help, as you said, playing sports year-round, knowing where your teammate's going to be, knowing who's going to be running the right route? I mean, that really must be part of that secret of that success.
It definitely is, and like I said, these guys are friends too, so when they're playing in the yard, they're kind of, let's run some plays like we would do and at the field and stuff, so that really helps in that team chemistry aspect, and we're a very good team. You have some star plays and stuff, but we're a 1 through 20 player, we're a team. Everybody does their job, everybody works well together and complements each other, so that's what's made us so successful this year.
And you just had a fundraiser. You're getting close to the goal. I do want to bring this up because this is a big component. It's a big undertaking to take. We were going through just how many people are going down to Florida.
Yeah, it is a very big undertaking, and with the time frame, so we won on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and like I said, we're leaving Thursday, so you're talking 3 or 4 days to organize flights, hotel rooms, and then to fundraise to try and support all that, because we didn't want the kids and the families to have to take on that burden, especially this time of year. So, like I said, we have a lot of support from the local businesses in town. Jay's Restaurant, we had a fundraiser last night, Cozy Grill, and we made a very significant amount of money, and that put us very close to our goal, and we're probably within $1,000 or $2 today of the goal to be able to finance and fund all the kids and the coaches to go down there, which is amazing in such a short time frame. So,
and we'll put links up again. They are leaving tomorrow, and half of it, and then half going down later.
Correct.
But folks, if we got some Coventry folks watching right now, or folks who want to support, Facebook page, best.
The Facebook page is probably the best way, and on there's links to a GoFundMe account we have set up. We have a Cheddar Up account for local businesses who want to do that online, and we also obviously will take checks and any other type of donations that are out there.
So you're a coach. Here's my question to you. You know who you're facing in your first game.
Correct.
This is youth football. Are there any scouting films?
There is definitely scouting films that are out there. And the Coventry Rams may or may not have acquired a film that we've tried to get a handle on, just to kind of give you an idea what you expect to see.
To know what you're up against. So
just to kind of see, a little bit what we're going to be seeing down there. And we've tried to find other teams that have been down there before, just to see, playing in Rhode Island, which is very good football, but to go down to play a team from North Carolina or a team from California, teams we've never seen before. You know what they might be doing somewhat different than us, just to kind of give us a little bit of an edge when we get down there.
So coaches had the game tape, and we've talked. Pam Hughes from the Mount Hope Cowboys came in here before, but tell us about the format when you go to Florida. You know, we hear here in Rhode Island about these teams going down to nationals. Couple games guaranteed, and then what's the format? Round robin?
It's a round robin, so you have a 2-game guaranteed. So for us, there was 8 teams in our brackets. There's 8 regional champs, and they just pulled it out. There was actually on ESPN3, there was a live selection show, kind of like the NCAA tournament, where they pulled it out and they said, oh, you know, and the 5 seed will be Coventry, Rhode Island versus the team.
Did you all watch that together?
Yes, we did watch it. Well, Jay and I had another meeting, so we were watching it in the car, and the kids were together watching it after practice.
I can just see the youth just sitting around. You know, we're so used to seeing the college players waiting, but then to see these younger ones, because, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are they?
About 1,000. About 1,000.
They're excited for 1,000. So if you get out of the bracket, then it's moving up the ladder.
Yep.
To...
So we play Saturday is the first game. If we win Saturday, we play Tuesday. Either way, either a consolation game, which will be our last game. So hopefully that's not going to happen. And if we win Saturday and Tuesday like we expect, then we'll be playing in the national championship game on Friday, which I believe is an 11 o'clock game. Most of these games are televised on ESPN or ESPN3. You have to kind of go through, and you might have to put on your mobile phone or whatever to see it. It's live stream, but
you can catch them in action. This is so big for these kids.
It is amazing.
To be taking off, going down to Florida, getting ready to go down there to play in this. And we'll be getting updates, I'm sure, you know, right away, right after the game. We'll be finding out.
On the websites down there, on ESPN's website, they'll have live updates of the score. So family that's not going down and friends that aren't going down, they can watch there and see live scoring. And it's amazing. They made us fill out a media sheet where we had to put all the kids, you know, the captains of the team and their positions and, you know, what their favorite players are and anything that we had from our team that was, you know, it was an interest story that they could use.
All that information so they can pull. Because, I mean, that's what you see when you see these. Because, you know, kids are... There's more to life than just the sports, but right now there probably doesn't seem like there's more than just the sports.
Not right now. It's a little crazy right now.
So, a couple of things. Taking some time off from school, they're going to have to play a little catch-up while they're gone?
Yeah, that's a very good point. And one of the reasons why, you know, I've been the president for 6 or 7 years now, and one of the reasons why we've stayed in Pop Warner versus going to some other leagues is Pop Warner really emphasizes scholastics. And, you know, that's one of my biggest points I always preach to the kids. School first, everything else is second. So what Pop Warner does is you have a mandatory study hall. So when we're down there, our guys will have practice, you know, most days, but they'll have study hall for at least 1 hour a day, where they have access to their Chromebooks and computers down there to do their homework so they stay ahead. We also reached out to the schools, gave them letters ahead of time to say, kids are going to be gone. I know it's, you know, it's a burden this time of year, but the teachers can provide their homework and where they want the kids to be when they come back, and we'll make sure, as a coaching staff, that's part of our job too, is to make sure they get their homework done and they're ready to get back to school when they get back to school.
Now, I know these kids are well-trained, very disciplined, clearly from coach.
Yeah.
But we saw, was at the Little League, there was some issues with social media. Have they read the Social Media Riot Act?
That's one of the issues we're going to address tonight to make sure. We generally, I think my policy is no phones. So I think when they check into that hotel, I'm going to take everybody's phones. And
no phones.
When they leave, they can have their phones back. That's my policy with my own kids. So that's when we're on vacation, I take everyone's electronics. So and we told the boys, you know, this is somewhat of a vacation, but this is business. We're going down there to complete what we started the year to do, to win a national championship. So focused and on the prize.
So tell us, what's the team like? What's the game plan? I don't, you know, of competitions watching, but what's the strength of the Rams? We talked about the cohesiveness of the team, but kind of break it down a little football parlance, if you will.
Sure. Well, one of the things that, you know, kind of separates us, and I've heard this also from, you know, some of the guys who come watch our games from other leagues and guys that I respect and from the football world, we're a very good team. We do everything. Our technique is very good. We have very good offensive line technique. Our guards and our tackles are, you know, not the biggest guys, but they're fairly athletic and they're smart. So we're able to do some things that a lot of teams aren't able to do. We're able to pull some guards. We do a lot of trap blocking. We do some cross blocking, and we have a great offensive line coach. And Coach Jay spends a lot of time making sure that, you know, the offensive line is doing what they need to do. And, you know, if the line does their job, we also have 4 running backs as our 4, you know, skilled guys, we'll call them, but we require all of our running backs to block. And Coach Jay is very adamant about that. Yep. If you don't block, you don't get the ball. We say it all the time in practice. In games, I don't care if you scored an 80-yard touchdown.
You better block.
If you don't block for the other guy, you're not getting the ball the rest of the game.
Okay.
All the way down to the quarterback. My son Tyler's the quarterback. He has to block on almost every play. So We need 10 guys out there blocking all the time, and the guys do it. They understand it. They understand that by blocking, they're helping the rest of the team out, and it helps us to win. So everybody's kind of on board with that plan.
They're on board with the plan, and you watch the NFL, you watch college, you know the number of plays that there are. How much are these kids studying to know the plays for the team? How complicated is that, especially for young athletes at this age?
No, that's a very good point. And like I said, these kids being together for so long. So Jay's had them since they were 7. So we do at the Rams across the organization is that we keep the same playbook, but we'll keep it very simple for the young kids as they're tiny mites.
Okay.
And as they move up to the next year, the second year, we'll make it a little bit more complicated. Third year, a little bit more complicated. So now, when we start the season this year, first day of practice, we have 40 plays. Everybody knows those 40 plays because they've been working on them since they were 7. So now they're 12, we can take those 40 plays and then we can do some different things. And we're also able to take some of the talent that we have. We have Jay's son. Jay is a very good fullback, and he also has a very good throwing arm. So when we want to get into the pocket and throw the ball deep, we have some fast guys. So we'll move some guys around that can do some different things because we're such a smart team and able to kind of expand the playbook. So
speed's good. Speeds matter.
Speed is very good.
Can't coach height, can't coach speed.
Cannot. We cannot.
So what else should folks know as you're here in the studio? Again, you're almost at that fundraising goal. You're heading down. Just continue to keep an eye on you, support you on the Facebook page, say kind of go Rams, kind of get the energy behind all of the teams, as I said, but wanted to get some of the coaches who reached out to us in to give a little bit of an update, insights into the team as you head down to Florida. Now, you mentioned the team has gone before, but not since
1996.
96.
Yep,
oh gosh.
First team from Coventry to go down in a very long time, and that team went down, and they played pretty well down there, but they weren't able to bring home that national championship. So we're hoping to build on that from what they did and to be able to take that home this year.
Well, we're hoping we can probably have a ticker tape parade for our Rhode Island team coming back, and
That
if it's
would
the
be
Coventry
fantastic.
Rams, we wish you the best of luck down there, Coach Lou. So I appreciate your coming in today.
Thank you very much.
We'll
and
keep
thank
an
you very much for
eye on
having
you.
us.
Okay, I'll let you go around the corner. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Okay. The Coventry Rams, they are heading down to Florida for the National Pop Warner Football Championships. Talking with Coach Lou a little bit about the organization. Of interesting note, I asked, what are the students going to do about schoolwork, being pulled out of school for a little bit? Mandatory study hall. So don't think it's all fun and games. The phones will be taken away. They'll be focusing with their eyes on the prize. But like every team that is heading down has fundraising needs. Again, it is the holiday season. These are families that have kids, probably weren't anticipating this kind of great bonus, but could definitely use some help from the community to get them down to Florida for this great opportunity for these young players. So we wish them luck. Appreciate Coach Lou coming in here to the studio to give us a little more insights into the team. Don't go anywhere. Speaking of needs, we're going to be back with one a little here closer to Providence. That's very important. They have an important story to tell, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here into the studio.